Okay, so I'm back with another video, guys. I'm gonna be doing a story time, as you know. So this should be interesting. And clearly I don't have any eyelashes or anything, but still look cute. Let me stop. Okay, so just a little background for the viewers who may not know me personally or may not know me at all. At the time of the story, I was 17 years old, 17 turning 18 that school year. I was in my senior year, so it was my last year of high school. And also, me and my boyfriend went to the same school, if any of that helps. Okay, so into the story now. So, it was around the end of July this time. And it was around the time that my period was supposed to come. So it always comes on time. It's never late, never early, always on time. 28 days, because I had a 28-day cycle. It was always on time. Like, there was no ifs, ands, buts. On time. Unlike me, who's never on time, but they always came on time. So the day came now, and it was supposed to come, and it didn't come. I'm like, the fake? And I was shook, like I was scared. I'm like, but like, sis, do not play with me, cause do not play with me. Like, I got shook for a second. Like, I'm like, what's going on here? So I had to text my boyfriend like, yo, my period didn't come. He was like, what you mean? I'm like, it did not come. Like, he was like, oh, don't worry about it. It's probably just late. Just don't worry about it. I'm like, yeah. Let me not sweat it. Like, maybe it's always a one time for everything. So maybe it could actually be late. So on to the next day now. I'm like, all right, it's gonna come today. It's gonna come today. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Did my thing, whatever. I didn't really pay attention to it until the nighttime now. It reached over to 12 o'clock the next morning, and I'm like, okay. I hit him up. I'm like, yo, it still didn't come. Like, I'm starting to get nervous. And he's just still again with the same story. Like, oh, it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Don't worry about it. At this point, I mean, the first day I didn't get it, I already had a gut feeling like, okay, I'm pregnant. But I'm like putting that in the back of my head. Like, I'm disregarding the fact that, I mean, like, the possibility that it could be. So I'm going with him now because that was the better, that one sounded more what I wanted, like, to hear. Like, oh, it's gonna come. So that's what I just went with, disregarding what, like, I was feeling inside. What happened? He was being cranky. You want to be in the video? Say hi. Look at him with your morning face. My baby's so cute. So at that point, I told my sister and I was like, yo, I think I'm pregnant. I didn't get my period. And she's like, what? So she's not paying me no mind. And I'm just like, no, seriously. So anyways, I convinced her to follow me to the dollar store to get some dollar pregnancy tests. And bought the test. We went back home. And I was like, I told her I'm gonna do it now. So she waited with me. I mean, she didn't go in the bathroom with me. I went in the bathroom by myself. She waited in the other room. And I took the test. I mean, I collected my urine. And then I put it in the pregnancy test. So I waited like a few minutes, like a minute probably. Was it a minute? Yeah, it was a minute. But them seconds felt long as, the seconds felt mad long. Like, it felt like time was going tick tock, tick tock, Like, it was taking forever. So finally I looked down at the test and it only had one line, and if you don't know, one line means negative. So I was like, I looked in the mirror. I was thanking God. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you God, I'll never do this again. All that. When I looked back down, I was like,
he didn't. He's actually been thinking hard about how we can make this work. We'll only be apart for a year, and then we can both go to
why sis had 2 lines now?
Well, that's great for you.
Boy.
But what about me?
I was in shock. Like, I didn't even know what to say. Like, I stood there for a second, like, just like, are you serious? So I'm like, nah. Let me take the second test. Take the second test. This time I'm like staring at it now, because I'm like, yeah, you're not playing tricks on me this time. Like, so I looked at the test. I was looking. Why sis came up with 2 lines? I was like, wow. Like, after I was just thanking God, like, I would never do this again. I didn't even know what to say. Like, I did not, yo. Anyways, after I was like in my little shock moment, whatever, like, I didn't cry, I didn't, nothing. Like, I was just shocked. So I came out, and then I looked at my sister, like, I gave her that face, like, she like, what? I'm like, came out positive. She was like, you know, and I was like, you want to see? She was like, yeah. So I pulled it out, and I showed it to her. I was like, so then, I think my boyfriend is about to come out the shower, so let me just turn this off real quick until he comes out, because I don't want him to pass by. And then, yeah. Yeah, so after I showed her the test, sis started busting out in tears. Like, she was crying. She was like, She's like, oh my gosh, mommy's gonna kill you. What are you gonna do? I'm trying to comfort her, like, oh, it's okay, don't cry. She's like, don't touch me. Yo, I was like, I was supposed to be the one crying, not you. Yeah, she was crying, and then after a little bit, she started busting out in laughs. Like, I don't know how she went from crying to laughing, but yeah. So then I was like, I gotta tell my boyfriend, of course. So, but then I was gonna call him, but then I'm like, I remembered that I told him that if that ever did happen, that I wouldn't tell him over the phone. Like, it would have to be something I tell him in person. So then I went ahead and called my best friend, my BFF, and I told her, I was like, I'm pregnant. And then we just had our own little convo there. And after I did that, I got back ready, like, I put on my shoes and everything, and I was on my way to his house, and I told him. I don't think I told him when I, wait. Yeah, so I didn't tell him as soon as I left my house to go to his house. I told him, like, when I was halfway there, because I knew if I told him that I was coming over when I left my house, he wouldn't stop blowing, he would be blowing on my phone and he wouldn't stop. So I told him when I was halfway there, I was like, I'm coming to your house and I have something to tell you. So obviously he started, like, kept on texting me, like, what do you have to tell me and all that. I was like, I'm gonna tell you when I get there, like, relax. So I don't know if he knew already, but I mean, I thought he knew because I kept on telling him every day, like, I didn't get my period. So I kind of thought, like, he would have an idea of what I was coming over for. But yeah, I didn't know for sure. So I got to his door now, and he opened the door and I walked inside. And what did I do when I walked inside? I think I sat down on the couch. Yeah, I did. I sat down on the couch, and he sat down, like, not next to me, but like a little distance away from me. And he was like, so what? So when he said that, I'm doing that same stupid face again, like, and looking around, and he's just laughing. Not laughing, but he's smiling like, what? Like, what? And I'm just like, you know, trying to fix myself comfy on the couch. And I'm just not saying it. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I came over there to tell him, and then when I got there, I'm just like stuck on mute. Like I didn't know what to say. It's like, it can't come out. So I decided I was gonna write it in my notes. I was gonna just tell him an emoji. So I put the baby emoji, like 3 baby emojis. For dramatic effect. Did I put 3? I don't know, but I'm just gonna go with I put 3. So I wrote down the emoji in the notes, and then I showed it to him. He was like, I think he slapped his forehead, not like, I don't know. I just think he put his hand on his head like this. And then he was like, seriously? I was like, yeah. And then we just kind of look at each other like. So then I asked him, I was like, do you want to see the test? He was like, yeah. So I was like, okay. And then I had it in my pocket wrapped up in a napkin. So I took it out and I showed him the test, and he's like, oh my gosh. And I was like, oh my gosh too. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, after we just kept on looking at each other awkwardly, for some reason, wait. Okay. I started busting out in tears, like, I just broke down. Like, I was like, what the heck? I didn't break down all this time since I found out. Like, when I was home with my sister, she was crying, and I'm just looking at her like, sis, what you crying for? And all of a sudden, I just bust into tears. Like, I don't know, I guess because I was in a moment, and then I'm like, it just hit me like, this is actually happened. Like, I'm pregnant. I was so emotional. And I don't even cry like that, so it was like, it had to be something I was really crying for, because I don't really cry like that. So then I'm crying now, and he moved closer to me to give me a hug. And you know, when somebody give you a hug and you're already crying, you just start crying even more, because you're just like, ah, like they're holding you, just like feel like you can let out everything. So I started crying even more. He's like, oh, don't cry, I'm sorry, this is my fault, and all that. So I'm just crying. So I guess after a while, after me crying so much, he started to like feel my pain for me, and then he got a little emotional. Then he started tearing up with me. Then we was holding each other, tearing up together. So cute. We were so cute back then. Like, we were so nice to each other. Like, it was no, you're ugly. It was no none of that. Like, we were just so nice to each other. Now we just like, why you in my face? But he wasn't crying with me for that long. Like, I guess he felt the emotion at that moment, and then he stopped after a little while. But I was still going, like, anyways, after I calmed down, he was like, oh, so what are you gonna do? Like, so, I mean, I already knew I was gonna keep it, cause like, I already know it's there. It's a done deal. It's there already. I already knew I was keeping it, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And he's like, well, whatever you want to do, I'm on the same page with you. Whatever you want to do, that's what we're gonna do. That made me feel like a little better, which is good, because that's how it should be. Everybody should be on the same page. But after a while, I told him I was keeping it, and he was like, okay. So at this point, we had to figure out how we was going to tell our parents. So that was the second hardest part. Like, the first hardest part was finding out. Second part, hardest part is how you going to tell your parents. We're not going to go into how the parents found out right now. But after we figured out we was having the baby, everything was so good. So yes, my pregnancy was like, it was a good 9 months. Like, it was happy for both of us. We went to every doctor's appointment together. We went to every sonogram together. We everything together. If I had to leave school early to go to the doctor's appointment, he was leaving school early too. If I had to leave school early to go to the sono, he was leaving too. Everything was just happy. Okay guys, I guess that concludes the video. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment any other video ideas that you think I should do, or any comments that you want to comment. Share the video on all your social medias. And wait, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, I'll see you next time with more videos. Bye.